but we're also keeping track of the what's going on in the House and Senate federally with regard to anything on energy policy. And there's some interesting developments very early on in the process on the House side. So I'm just going to talk about where things are as of Friday and really as of yesterday. They haven't changed very much, but they may change today a little bit as the bill starts to approach the last committee and gets to the main house for a potential vote, and then movement of that to the Senate. So I just want to talk a couple minutes on the House GOP approach to the IRA, clean energy tax credits, and what that could mean for where we are in terms of solar development. The first thing is the bill, as it stands right now, moved out of the Budget Committee into the Rules Committee. That's where it sits right now. The Rules Committee, once they make a determination that everything is where it needs to be, then it moves to a potential full vote and consideration on the House floor. And that could mean a lot of things, both from uh, any kind of amendments or changes or modifications. That's when it will happen on the House side. And then um, the bill then would move to the Senate side, where there would also be debate, modifications to provisions, changes, edits, all sorts of things. Folks who on the Senate side have a whole different view of some of the energy-related issues, and we'll get to that when it gets there. But right now, on the House side, two really critical things. The first is uh, the bill uh, uh, prioritizes eliminating the individual side tax credit. And what that means is there are several tax credits that will, according to the legislation, if they get their way, the Republicans will end. These There are basically four credits. One is an electric vehicle credit, a clean vehicle credit, the commercial clean vehicle credit. There are four of them. A pre-owned electric vehicle credit and a credit for refueling property would be repealed at the end of 2025. Although the main clean vehicle credit would remain in limited form until 2026. These credits would have considerably a number of issues regarding the EV piece. So the EV, I'll put that aside for now, but that does go away. While that is also relevant, the more relevant piece in terms of the generation credits has to do with uh, several sections in the bill. The second piece of this bulletin today it regards the clean energy uh, uh, production and usage tax credits. So the bill, in its current form, phases out certain generation tax credits, both the investment basically the investment tax credit, but only for residential customers only. At the end of 2025, that's pretty significant, and um, there are, essentially, there hasn't been a lot of discussion about that over the last couple days and weeks, which leads me to believe that there's a lot of push for that because apparently that's a huge driver of money. And there are a lot of folks who apply for that 30% tax credit that are families, people or that are homeowners individually. And so losing that is a huge piece for our industry. And there is a considerable lobby on the federal side that's lobbying against that. So that's on the individual credit. There are also production tax credits and investment tax credits that are scheduled to start phasing out and in 2032. And so under current law, but under the new revised reconciliation bill, that it accelerates this phase out. So the ITC and the PTC, along with a nuclear tax credit, would start phasing out after 2028. So basically, we would have from now, May of 2025, through the end, December of 2028, at a full 30% tax credit. And then the phase out would be 2030. Commercial customers would see a 20% reduction of credit benefits. And in 2030, they would see a 40% reduction of credit benefits. And then finally, in the final year in 2031, they would see a a 60% reduction in credit benefits. So basically, that's the phase out over the 3 years, 20%, 40%, and then 60%. And then facilities entering service after 2031 would see no benefit at all. So that's pretty significant. It's certainly where we stand today, but it doesn't mean that things won't change between now and when the House would vote on it, which could be this week, today, tomorrow, or Friday. And it also certainly could mean that the Senate takes a whole different look at it and begins to pull things apart. And that's not just the energy tax credits and energy programs, but that's also all of the rest of the tax bill, which includes everything from Medicaid to SNAP programs and beyond. So we'll leave it at that for today, and hopefully we'll have another update either at the end of the week or the beginning of next week.